Dear students, today I am going to explain you about the monopoly. Monopoly. Our topic is monopoly. Monopoly is a market structure where there is only one firm, and this firm can control the all production of the market. Monopoly is different as compared to the perfect competition, because in perfect competition there are more firms, but there is only one firm, and this firm can control the 25% of the market production. This is the only firm which provide the good in the market. Here is an example of the monopoly, which is De Beers, which is known as the monopoly in the diamond industry. There are two types of monopoly: a simple monopoly, which is created by a firm, and this firm is in the control of a man. So a firm can create a monopoly by his knowledge, by his knowledge, by his research, or by his advertisement, or by his barriers, imposing the barriers of the other firms who can enter in the market. But this firm impose the barrier to other firms, they cannot enter in the firm, and the only a single firm control all the production of the good in the market. But other is the natural type of monopoly. Natural monopoly, this is monopoly. This natural type of monopoly is created in countries due to the resources. Some countries are abundant in some resources. For example, there is I can give you an example of Gulf countries. Gulf countries have a monopoly in crude oil, so they can set their own prices, and they can control these resources, and they provide the oil on their own prices, and we can say that these countries are the have the natural monopoly on these resources, and this type of monopoly is called the natural monopoly. When we talk about the monopoly, then there are some certain assumptions of the monopoly market structure, or we can say that there are some characteristics. So I can discuss these characteristics one by one. First assumption of the monopoly is there is a lack of substitutions. There are the lack of substitutions, means the product which is produced by a firm have no close substitution in the market. For example, Apple is producing iPad, and there is no close substitution of this product. Due to no close substitution, the firm have the control on the supply of that product in the market. Number two assumption is barriers to entry. Barriers to entry means the firm who have the monopoly of the product set some significant barriers for other firms, so that the other firms cannot enter in the market due to these barriers. Because in monopoly, the firm is itself is the industry. So when monopolies control all the supply, then the firms set the barriers. These barriers are sometimes of license, some type of patent license, some types of taxes. Number three is the competition. There in the monopoly market, there is no the competitor of the product which is produced by a single firm, because there is no close substitute. When there is no substitute of the product, then other firms cannot produce the such type of good, and when other firms do not produce such type of goods, then there is no competition. Number four assumption is price makers. In monopoly, firms are the price makers. Means the prices of the product is set by the firm itself, because the firm is the only producer of the good and he can control the production and supply of the market. So the monopolist is a price maker. Number 5 assumption is the profit. The purpose, yeah, the motive of the monopolist is to earn the higher profit. He is a price maker, so he can earn the supernormal profit. So monopolist earn the supernormal profit in short run and maintain the supernormal profit in the long run, because in the long run the monopolist have a chance to maintain all its cost of the factor of production, because in the long run firms can expand their production by adjusting the cost of all its factor of productions. um, so the firms can earn the profit in the long run and short run. Monopolist firm can earn the supernormal profit in the long run, but it does not mean that monopolists cannot bear the loss. Some monopolists can be loss making, or some monopolists, if when their average cost curves goes up then its average revenue curves, then the monopolists also bear the loss in the monopoly market structure. There are some advantages of the monopoly. One of the advantages of the monopoly is the price stability of prices are more stable as in monopoly market structure as compared to perfect competition, because in the perfect competition there is a fixed price and every consumer is forced to accept this price which is set by the market. But in the monopoly the price is in the hand of the monopolist. He can lower the price, he can up the price, and when monopolist earn the more profit, then he may like to lower down its price, and this becomes the profit for a consumer. So prices stay more stable in the monopoly market structure. Other advantages is the economies of scale, because monopolist is the only producer of the product, so he try to produce at the big scale, and when a producer produce at the big scale, then the production which lower the cost per unit for the seller. When seller get the production at the lower cost, then he may pass this benefit down to the consumer in term of the lower prices. Number third advantages is the research and development. It's mean when monopolists earn the supernormal profit, then the firm have more money, and then he can invest this money for research and development. And when he invest this money for research and development, then he can get better quality of products for it consumer at the lower prices. These are the advantages, but there are some disadvantages of the monopolies. One of the disadvantages of the higher prices for taking because the monopolist is the price maker, though, so he may set very high price for the product due to for the higher profit. This decision of the monopolist to set higher prices leading to the exploitation of the consumer. Because there is no other there are no other close substitution, or there is no substitution of the good, then consumers forced to accept the higher price, and this is the exploitation of the consumers. Number two, second disadvantage is price discrimination. Price discrimination means charging the different prices from the different customers. Price discrimination means charges different prices from the different customers. So the monopolist is the only producer, and monopolist can set his price. So he have a decision to set the price, and have a decision to take different prices from the different customers or different consumers. Number third disadvantages is inferior goods and services. Inferior goods and services. It is the monopolist is the only firm to produce the good. So the good may be inferior, and because there is no competition, due to competition every producer have to improve to improve his production. But due to lack of competition, firm does not bother what is the quality of good, and the quality of good is poor, and consumer have no chance to buy other good, because there is no substitution of that good. Now in this lecture I have covered these topics: definition of monopoly, and assumption of the monopoly, what is the advantages of the monopoly, and what are the disadvantages of the monopoly.